Assalamu alaikum students. Today we will talk about another part of speech and that is adjective. First we will define it. An adjective or modifier is a word used to describe or qualify or add to the meaning of a noun or pronoun. For example, blue sky, red rose, loud cry, honest officer and active lady. In these examples, blue, red, loud, honest, and active are adjectives. I am repeating. An adjective or modifier is a word which used to describe a noun or pronoun. An adjective or modifier is a word which is used to qualify a noun or pronoun, or it is a word which is used to add something to the meaning of a noun or pronoun. There are three basic degrees of adjective: positive, comparative, and superlative. Positive degree shows the simple quality of an adjective. For example, I have written the word tall. Abdullah is a tall boy. You may use another adjective like able, strong, angry, hungry, soft, hot, cool to describe the personality. Comparative degree. The comparative degree shows a higher or lower quality of an adjective and it is used to compare two things, two persons. And as I wrote tall in positive degree, so I'll add er with tall and it will become comparative degree as taller. Abdullah is taller than Ali. As I told you in positive degree that you may use able, strong. In the same way, in comparative degree, you may use abler, stronger, more beautiful, uglier, angrier, warmer, hotter, cooler, colder, and higher. Superlative degree. Superlative degree shows the highest or lowest degree of the quality of an adjective. And we will use article the before this particular degree. For example, the tallest. Abdullah is the tallest boy in the class. You may use ablest, strongest, most beautiful, ugliest, angriest, most trouble free, warmest, hottest, coolest, coldest, and highest. And many other adjectives are also present in grammar. There are kinds of adjective. The first kind is descriptive adjective or adjectives of quality. Adjectives of quality show the quality of a person or thing, and these can be formed from proper nouns too. And these adjectives are like big, small, wise, foolish, philosophical, dangerous, peaceful. And as I told you that proper adjectives can be formed with the help of proper nouns. For example, the proper noun is America, and we will make the adjectives of quality like American. French from France. France is a proper noun, and French will become the adjective of quality. In the same way, Pakistani from the word Pakistan. There are two different other adjectives of quality like excellent and efficient. So you may use the sentence like she is an excellent singer and he is an efficient officer. Number two is adjectives of quantity. These adjectives show the quantity of a thing or nature of quantity. For example, little, some, much enough, all, no, great, half, two-thirds, whole, and sufficient. It can also be used in the form of a little, the little, all the food, or the great strength. Now I'm telling you the sentences. A little water is needed. All the food was eaten by the guests. The soldiers needed great strength. In the same way, slight pressure or weighty arguments are also the adjectives of quantity. Number 3 is adjectives of number. These adjectives indicate number or order and are also called limiting adjectives. Adjectives of number always indicate number or order, and these are also called limiting adjectives. For example, one, two, first, second, few, many, some, most, several, all, no, certain, each, every, and enough. Now the sentences. They played 5 matches, the first in Lahore and the last in Islamabad. Some glorious efforts and a few mistakes were observable in all their efforts. Almost all the spectators appreciated the game of our team. Many terrorists arrested outside the stadium yesterday. They aimed to attach the people inside from several directions. Number 4 is demonstrative adjectives. Demonstrative adjectives point out things or person. For example, this, that, these, those, such, the same, the other, and yonder. Y-O-N-D-E-R, yonder. Yonder means over there or at some distance. Now the sentences. Those flowers are dear to us as much as this picture is to you. Number 2 is such objects as are related to the world of art cannot be compared with nature. Last kind of adjective is interrogative adjective. Interrogative adjectives are question words functioning as adjectives like what, which, and whose. What books do you like to read? Which is the favorite book of you? Whose pen is this? There are some other kinds of adjective like attributive and predicative adjectives. Adjectives used before nouns to describe them are called attributive adjectives. I'm repeating. Adjectives used before nouns to describe them are called attributive adjectives. They are used attributively. For example, it is a strange incident, or you may also say it's a fine scene. It's a difficult task, or journey from Islamabad to Lahore is an adventurous one. Adjectives that are used after verbs like be, get, become are called predicative adjectives. They are used predicatively. For example, she became happy to hear it. The weather is getting worse. That task is difficult. Most adjectives can be used attributively and predicatively, but some can be used only predictively. For example, the unhappy leader became ready to struggle. They are ready to start, or he has got well. The formation of proper adjectives. A proper adjective comes out of a proper noun and is descriptive of it. It comes from proper noun and it is descriptive of the proper noun through which it comes from. For example, from proper noun we can make proper adjectives. Proper noun is Australia. Proper adjective is Australian. Pakistan, Pakistani. Europe, European. Rome, Roman. Christ, Christian. Spain, Spanish. And in the same way, many other examples are present in grammar and you can quote them according to the formation of proper adjectives with the help of proper noun. Okay, now we will talk about the rules for adjectives of comparison. As you know that grammar is all the time providing some hard and fast rules for uh, the use of certain words. The first word is then, and it is generally placed after an adjective in comparison, and the words ending in er will contain then. For example, China is larger and stronger than all other Asian countries. Sabiha is more foolish than Sadia. Number two is two. The words ending in I O or take two for comparison. For example, this pen is superior to that. To none in the world are we inferior in cricket. And number two is the. The is generally placed before an adjective in the superlative degree to express comparison. For example, he is the ablest boy in the class. Yours is the least impressive answer. Number three, verbs of the five senses like feel, look, taste, smell, sound, and certain other verbs like be, remain, become, seem, and get are dependent on adjectives. That is, they cannot express the sense without the adjectives. For example, we feel happy. These flowers smell sweet. Pakistani music sounds fine. And now the use of be. Is, am, are in present tense. Was, were in past tense. Being, been. Being in continuous tense. And being in perfect tense. Will be and would be in future. Soon she will be able, like you. His clothes became wet due to the being in rain, or his clothes got wet due to being in rain. Number four is second degree adjective. The use of the second degree adjective with than plus other for direct comparison with objects or persons of the same class or kind. So a team is better than the other teams here. It is more beautiful than the other books on the subject. Now, third degree adjectives don't go with other. Our team is the best of all other teams here. It is the most useful of all the books here. Number fifth rule is certain adjectives like tremendous, final, initial, square, universal, round, perfect, unique, and eternal don't have degrees of comparison with them. And as we have talked about, the adjectives like superior, inferior, senior, these are used in the second degree comparison. And the next rule is the uses of most as superlative degree and others. We should make the most of our money. For the most part, students are emotional. What do you like the most in your city? There are some regular and irregular adjectives present in grammar. For example, you may see in the three columns positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree. Tall, taller, tallest. And then the positive degree is good, comparative better, superlative best. Then late, later, latest. Beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful. Kind, less kind, least kind. Up, upper, uppermost. Little, less or lesser, and then least. Some important points about other adjectives like few, a few, the few. Few means not many in number. He has few books. Number two example is at that place we had few friends. A few, it means some in number. He has a few books. A few newspapers of our country are in agreement with the foreign policy of the government. We met a few strange persons on the road. Next is the few. The few means those some persons or those some things. For example, the few friends I have are all very able. The few friends I have are all very able. Where the few are books which you like to read. I'm repeating, where the few books which you like to read. Next is little, a little, the little, and then less and fewer. Little means not much in quantity. When we talk about quantity, a very low quantity, we will use the adjective little. We have little drinking water. A little means some in quantity. We have a little drinking water. There is surely a little truth in your story. Then the little. The little means that quantity, that particular quantity. The little drinking water that we have is boiled. Where is the little honey that you have bought in Lahore? Now, less and fewer. Less is used for quantity and size, whereas fewer is used for number. For example, she has less sugar than she needs. Did he give you less than 40 kilograms of wheat? She showed less wisdom than her sister. She showed less wisdom than her sister. Now, fewer. He has seen fewer films than his friends. He has seen fewer films than his friends. Does Arshad not have fewer books than Amjad? Older, oldest, elder, and eldest. Older and eldest are used for persons, animals, birds, and things. But older and oldest can be used as these for numbers of a family in modern English. Are you older than your friend? Is he the oldest person in village? And now we will talk about elder and eldest. These are used for members of family, then cannot be placed after elder. And now later and latest. These are used in relation to time. She answered this question later than you. I presented her the latest book on the subject. Now, former, first, later, and second. Further, farther, and farthest. Former is used in relation to position. He is the former Prime Minister of our country. London and Paris are ideally situated, the former on the Thames and the latter on the Seine. Further, more in addition to. Further, more in addition to distance. Further, I'll explain other points. Our college is farther from the canal than his college. And farther and farthest. Lahore is farther than Gujranwala, whereas Karachi is the farthest city. Thank you so much, students. This was all about adjectives.